What's going on, guys? This is your boy John the Liquidator coming back with breaking news hot off the press. So it looked like DiJonai Carrington just got booted from the Dallas Wings.
You, DiJonai, your game was stinking in the mud, and the Dallas Wings wanted nothing to do with you going forward.
When a player's presence on the court has refs calling for backup, you know it's gotten out of hand. That's where things landed with DiJonai Carrington. The Dallas Wings finally cut ties, and honestly, it felt overdue. This is the same player who took a shot at Caitlin Clark's eye during the playoffs. The same one who injured her own teammate Paige Bueckers in the middle of trying to rough up Jessica Shepard. And the chaos during that Chicago Sky game, it got so messy that officials had to call in security. That's 4 flagrant fouls in one season. Just let that sink in. So, yeah, the writing was on the wall. Dallas didn't just release her. They couldn't wait to. And if you're one of the many who think the league's better off without her,
DiJonai Carrington couldn't keep her hands clean either. Was staying out of headlines on the internet. She was always in headlines, punching players in the eye. And then we have to remember, she nearly injured Paige. Like, everybody forgot about that. Y'all remember when she nearly injured Paige, nearly took her whole knee out? Like, we got to remember all of those things transpired during this basketball season, man. I'm here to tell you, they made it their business to get rid of her. And
before we get into how Carrington got dropped by Dallas, let's rewind and look at why they finally pulled the plug. There's a fine line between playing hard and playing reckless, and the difference usually comes down to intent. DiJonai Carrington, her highlights could double as an injury report. It's the moment that really lit the fuse, that playoff clash in 2024. The one where Caitlin Clark walked away with a black eye, and the rest of the basketball world sat there stunned, wondering if they'd just watched a dirty play or a full-blown cheap shot. Either way, it was unforgettable. Mirror, for all the wrong reasons.
Hey, DiJonai, you're always in a dirty play. DiJonai, once again, here we are today. Oh, DiJonai, shout out to Ack.
Picture this. It's the first round of the playoffs. Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark pulls up for one of her signature shots. DiJonai Carrington steps in to contest it. But what happened next? That wasn't defense. That was something else entirely. Carrington's hand goes straight to Clark's face and not by accident. It's a direct hit to the eye. The reaction was instant. Clark's head snapped back and she clutched her face in visible pain. The rookie who helped carry Indiana through a breakout season now had a black eye, and that image became the defining moment of the postseason.
But we're having a conversation after I look at this thing as everyone else is seeing this angle. I'm calling her in and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
Folks missed about that moment. What came after the eye poke said even more than the hit itself. While Caitlin Clark was dealing with the fallout, literal pain, a black eye, and media frenzy, Carrington didn't flinch apology. No hint of regret. Not even a sideways glance that maybe, just maybe, she went too far. Instead, she leaned into it, fully embraced the chaos, almost like she was proud of the whole thing.
Went and kind of swatted at Caitlin. Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me, but no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her, so obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
Jump ahead to June 4th, Connecticut facing off against the Seattle Storm. And like clockwork, the pattern repeats. Skylar Diggins is flying down the court on a fast break, looking to finish strong at the rim. Carrington steps in, but instead of playing the ball, her hand goes straight to Diggins' head during what's supposed to be a shot contest. It didn't look clean. It looked reckless, again.
Let's watch it, and this will give us a couple of different angles.
Stretches of games. Wins the tip. Diggins, who's still fast, gets down the floor, buries it, draws the foul, but is shaken up.
By this point, fans and analysts weren't seeing these hits as random. The pattern was obvious. Same aggressive moves, same reckless shots aimed at star players, especially the head and face. One fan summed it up best. That's not toughness. That's a dirty play from someone who shouldn't even be out there. And with every new incident, the backlash kept growing. And honestly, who could blame them?
Oh, and there's Skylar on the floor. At first glance, this might not look too bad. But when we get some different angles of it, you just see how this is clearly, definitely, 100% not a basketball play. Let's take a look. We got DiJonai. DiJonai, Did you forget what sport you're playing? You know this is basketball, right?
Each new hit only turned up the heat. After the eye poke on Clark, fans and analysts started viewing every Carrington foul through the same lens. Reckless, aggressive, and always aimed at the league's top talent. Didn't matter if it was a seasoned vet like Diggins or a rising star like Clark, the playbook didn't change. Go for the head, go for the face, and leave a mess behind. The incident stacked up so fast, Dallas couldn't keep up with the damage control. And that's when things really started to spiral.
DiJonai Carrington is clearly a dirty player. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if the chin, what do you have going on in that mind of yours? Are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? Are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? Are you okay? Yes, DiJonai. Get it together, collect your thoughts, collect your emotions, because the last thing we need to see you is crash out.
Most players try to avoid hurting anyone, opponent or not, but Carrington, she managed to injure her own teammate while going after someone else. That May 21st matchup against the Minnesota Lynx was a full display of everything broken in her style of play. You weren't just watching someone being overly physical, you were watching someone so locked in on causing damage that she ended up taking out her own team in the process.
The shot, Heidemann in the open court, gives it up to Shepard, who is hammered. And Shepard gets up, looks at DiJonai Carrington, teammates are holding her back.
She went for another eye poke, this time aimed at Jessica Shepard, but ended up injuring her own teammate Paige Bueckers in the chaos. Just picture it. Shepard rises for a shot and Carrington comes barreling in with zero control. No timing, no precision, just wild energy. And instead of a clean contest, she smacks Shepard right in the face while trying to block the shot. The refs didn't hesitate. It was ruled a flagrant on the spot. The hit was way too obvious. And the intent? Clear as day. Dangerous, deliberate, and completely out of line.
Hard the foul is right here. That's a hard foul, and she does get her in the face when she's coming down with her hand.
I don't know which takes precedent. Oh, see, it's the hit the ball and then it's the pull back. They're showing it on the Jumbotron at a different angle that sort of looked like, watch after Carrington goes for the block, watch her pull back right here, and that's the part that I don't know if you separate that. Do you separate?
But it didn't end there. That same wild sequence, it dragged Paige Bueckers into the mess. Carrington's reckless lunge didn't just put her opponent at risk, it put her own teammate in danger. Let that sink in. One play, total chaos. It takes a whole different level of recklessness to create that kind of destruction in a single moment. At that point, you're not playing defense, you're just looking to hurt somebody. Even her teammates started wondering if having Carrington on the floor was worth the danger. When you're more concerned about getting injured by someone on your own team than the opposition, something's seriously broken. Bueckers, and others on the wings, weren't hiding it anymore. The frustration showed. They knew that at any moment, they could end up as the next victim of Carrington's out-of-control style.
Like, I'm sorry, you don't get to plow through somebody's back, almost injure a teammate, and then say, yeah, and then, like, claim that you've done nothing. You've done nothing. Like, and people were like, stand on business. She's, like, trying to laugh at it. I'm like, no, you're just Pat Bev. You're not Draymond, you're Pat Bev. Like, realistically, you're Pat Bev. That's it. And like, look, I mean this when I say this. It was a dangerous play only for Paige.
The Lynx bench saw it all unfold, and their reaction said everything. Coaches and players alike looked stunned, even disgusted, as they watched Carrington take aim at one of their own while nearly taking out her own teammate in the process. Minnesota's staff realized fast. This wasn't just tough defense or high-intensity play. What they were watching went way beyond that. Carrington's style wasn't just risky for opponents, it was dangerous. Period. At that point, it wasn't just opponents at risk. Everyone on the floor was in danger. That's when the Dallas Wings front office started to see the truth. Carrington wasn't helping the team. She was a liability. When one of your own becomes a threat to both chemistry and safety, you're not chasing wins anymore. You're building a locker room where no one can let their guard down.
Was it a flagrant 1? Yes. Could it have been called a flagrant 2? Yes. Was it more dangerous to Paige Bueckers than anyone else? Because Paige Bueckers was the one was the person who had to break Jessica Shepard's fall. Could she have blown out her teammate's knee? Yeah. Like, that is what, like, realistically, that is what the conversation should be about. Because she wanted the Kiki Area fan viral meme.
Once you start injuring your own teammates while going after opponents, you've crossed into territory no team can overlook. This wasn't about grit or hard-nosed defense anymore. This was a player whose presence on the court had turned toxic, so much so that it started to poison everything around her. Even the officials began shifting how they handled Carrington. After seeing enough, they knew they weren't just dealing with intensity, they were dealing with someone who'd completely lost control. When's the last time you saw refs call for security in the middle of a game because of a player? That's the DiJonai Carrington experience in full effect. The incident during the Chicago Sky matchup was pure chaos. It wasn't just a heated moment, it was the breaking point. That was the night officials decided they needed protection from her.
Folks, WNBA player who tried to rip Caitlin Clark's eye out. Zach Dean over at Outkick, hilarious. They tried to rip Caitlin Clark's eye out, has security called on her by ref. That's right. The referee had to call security on DiJonai Carrington. I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, hell, who wants to catch a stray eye gouge, a scoopage of the eyeball out, watching your eyeball roll across the floor because somebody's mad at one of your calls?
Now picture this, May 30th, 2025. The Dallas Wings just dropped a close one to Chicago, 97-92. Emotions are boiling, but what happened after the final buzzer is what really shook people. During a post-game exchange with referee Roy Colby, things with Carrington escalated, and fast. Whatever was said in that moment led to something we've never seen in WNBA history, a ref calling for security because of a player.
Check this out right here. Yeah, you see this guy right here? Right in this Gentero area. Let me just, you see this guy? The ref asked this dude to step out here. All right? Now, Cheryl Swoops wants this referee fired. She wants him fired. Look, he felt something. He felt something was amiss. Of course, Cheryl Swoops is defending DiJonai Carrington.
The details of that moment make one thing crystal clear. Carrington's behavior had officially gone off the rails. Whatever she said during that exchange rattled a professional referee enough to request backup. And remember, officials are trained to deal with tension, arguments, even full-blown meltdowns. This wasn't a case of a player mad about a call. This was something deeper. A level of hostility so intense, security had to step in. That says everything. Players and coaches stood frozen, watching security walk toward the court because of a player. You could see it all over their faces, pure disbelief. This wasn't just drama. It was something the league had never seen before. Longtime vets said they'd been through intense games, fights, bad calls, but nothing like this. And then Carrington went online and made it worse. No remorse, no awareness, just more fuel on an already out-of-control fire. She posted, "Security, when I'm literally having a civil conversation? Insane." And he's the one who called them over. The problem? That response said it all. No self-awareness, no reflection, just doubling down. If your version of civil ends with a ref calling for backup, not just about the moment, but about how you communicate with the people around you.
DiJonai Carrington, we are not even 10 games into the season. There are more times than not of DiJonai playing dirty, get a flagrant foul. Oh my goodness, DiJonai, what's wrong with you, man? Is this what your coaches condone? Is this what your coaches, like, Christy 2.0, whatever you want to call this coach? I mean, are we condoning this?
For a lot of fans, this was it. The breaking point. They'd already seen enough. The eye poke on Caitlin Clark, the hit to Skylar Diggins' head, the friendly fire that sidelined her own teammate. Now, she was crossing lines that went beyond the court, creating tension with officials in ways that felt bigger than basketball. Those 4 flagrant fouls weren't random. They were building to this. And for many, it confirmed what they already believed. Carrington had become a problem the league could no longer ignore. Each incident built on the last, escalating to a level that even officials couldn't overlook anymore. The league's patience was wearing thin, and when refs started asking for security after post-game interactions, that was the red flag no one could ignore. When it takes backup just to talk to a player, you're not competing anymore. You're creating a whole different kind of problem. This wasn't about intensity or wanting to win. This was about behavior so disruptive, so unchecked.
Dallas Wings, DiJonai Carrington has been traded to the Minnesota Lynx in exchange for Diamond Miller, Carly Samuelson, and Minnesota 2027 second round pick. The team sources has confirmed that.
After months of standing by the chaos, the Dallas Wings finally did what fans had been expecting for way too long. They sent Carrington packing. The trade? She's off to the Minnesota Lynx. In return, Dallas gets Diamond Miller, Carly Samuelson, and a 2027 second round pick. As for Minnesota, they get Carrington. Good luck with that.
Now that's crazy, because last time we seen DiJonai Carrington interacting with Minnesota players, y'all remember this on Stud Buds, right? Listen.
Just watch your step. Academy transform. I got this. Okay, well now we're even because your dog's shit and piss in our room.
Oh, wow.
We're even. Hey, all right, one more thing. Hey, I love how direct you are. That's Courtney. It's time to go.
Just watch your step.
Academy transform.
No, we all remember that. That was quite funny.
Here's what makes this move so wild. Minnesota isn't rebuilding. They're a legit title contender, and they just invited chaos into the locker room. The Lynx are riding high at 24-5, locked in as one of the biggest threats to the defending champs, the New York Liberty. And now, they've added a player known less for elevating her team and more for creating problems that go way beyond the game itself.
Hey, DiJonai, they not really rocking with you. They're trying to get rid of you. They're giving no reassurance that they want you around at all. You can't get in the game in the fourth quarters. You're buried in the bench. You've been awful this season. It looks like you've forgotten how to play basketball completely. And what do you know? Good morning. DiJonai Carrington has been traded. DiJonai Carrington has been traded to the Minnesota Lynx. Boy, boy, boy.
Now let's break down what Dallas picked up in this deal. Diamond Miller isn't just some throw-in. She was the second overall pick in the 2023 WNBA draft and earned her spot on the all-rookie team right out of the gate. She put up solid numbers in her debut season, 12.1 points, 3.5 boards, and 2.5 assists per game. And in 2025, she's taken a leap from deep, knocking down an eye-popping 53.8% from three. That's elite. That's the kind of talent Dallas can actually build around. No drama, no eye pokes, no need for security on standby. Carly Samuelson adds veteran stability to the mix. She's averaged 5.3 points and 2 rebounds across her career, shooting a reliable 41.1% from the field and nearly 40% from deep. Sure, she's rehabbing a foot injury that needed surgery, but at least she's not bringing the kind of baggage that makes refs call for backup.
And she's not going to be going for your tomfoolery, your BS. When you get over there, trim the nails down, play basketball, and stop all that nonsense that you be doing. Stop all the flagrant fouling. Look, Cheryl Reeves ain't gonna be going for all that. She ain't gonna be going for your bull crap. You will be buried in the bench over there too. Cheryl Reeves will bury your ass in the bench over there too. Bring your game, not your name. Bring your game, not your fake fame.
Dallas fans are treating this trade like they hit the jackpot. You can feel the collective sigh of relief. After months of drama, they're finally done defending the chaos that came with Carrington. No more excuses. No more trying to spin dirty plays or explain why their own player needed security called on her mid-game. That weight is gone. Now analysts keep floating the same idea, that Minnesota coach Cheryl Reeve might be the one person capable of turning Carrington around. Maybe, but that's a big ask. Let's call it what it is. Some players just can't be fixed. When the issues run this deep, even the best coaching can only go so far. Cheryl Reeve has built a winning culture in Minnesota. She's one of the sharpest minds in the league, but no system, no strategy, no leadership can clean up the game of a player who aims for faces and turns every interaction into a standoff with the officials.
Listen, DiJonai, I told you last time. I'm going to tell you again. You better bring your game to Minnesota or next season you might not even be here. You might not even be here next year. You might be playing on a minimum next year to be in this league. Straight up. You got to understand, you was the same person going on podcasts talking about if we don't get what we want, we sitting and all that. You not even.
Here's the ultimate twist. A title contending team just brought in a player best known for getting tossed from important games. And the timing couldn't be worse. Minnesota made this move right after their star forward, Nafisa Collier, went down with an ankle injury. They needed dependable support, not someone who brings more chaos than consistency. Meanwhile, Dallas just showed the league something simple but powerful. Sometimes the smartest move is owning your mistake and cutting it loose. Dallas just wiped the slate clean, ditching the drama and adding real talent they can actually build around. Minnesota, on the other hand, may have just brought in the one player who could blow up their title hopes faster than you can say security escort. DiJonai Carrington's trade isn't just about a controversial player switching jerseys. It feels like a turning point, a signal that the WNBA is finally drawing a line. That raw talent doesn't give you a free pass to put others at risk. And let's be honest, the league's been under fire for a while now, letting physical play slide way too far past the line of safety. The Dallas Wings finally did what needed to be done, cut ties with their biggest liability. Now fans can get back to what actually matters, great basketball and subscribing so you don't miss out on Spicer basketball news.